Hello everyone and welcome to the Forever Adventures Library. I'm Garzbog, the creator and moderator of this project. I am here just to describe the goals of the project, how we're going to go about achieving those goals, and then if we have time I'll go through navigation of the Discord channel. If not, then I'll create that as a new video. So the Forever Adventures Library is a collaborative writing project where we are going to create never-ending choose your own adventure books. What I mean by that is here in the stories so far, every one of these different um, channels is going to be a different book. They're all going to start from the same first page. Sorry, that sounds wrong. Each book is only going to have a single first page, but then writers will fork off of each of those pages and create sort of this ever-branching web of stories that you can follow to a dead end and then go back and then choose a different path and read more story. But ultimately, the goal is going to be that you're never going to be able to read the entire thing, and that your choices are going to matter and take you down a story path that maybe nobody else experiences. And, well, except probably the writer of the last page, because it would be weird to write something that you didn't read all the way up to. So now I'm just going to take you a little bit through how to navigate the project, and then I'll make another video for how to add to the story if you'd like to write a section for the Never Adventures library. So number one, when reading a new section of a story, always scroll to the top of the thread and work your way down. So here in Forever Test, this is just where I create these examples so that I can show everybody. Something that I'm going to do is I'm going to always pin inside of the main text channel the first page. So all you have to do when you decide to start a new book is to just go to that main text channel, because each of these is going to be a different book, and you just click on that first pinned message, and that's going to take you right to the first page. So all of these, this is going to be a huge mess. There's going to be tons of threads being created in here. You're not really going to be able to find anything this way. So you just want to go into that pinned message, click on that link, and that's going to take you to the first page. So once upon a time, a test story was written for the sake of teaching others how to add to this library. The story would be a short one, but its value came not from its size, but from its purpose. And that's going to be sort of the section of the story that would have been written by that writer in that time. And then after that, you'll see you have the word open here. That means that that writer has opened this section of the story to people forking it, meaning they're done with their section, so they're not going to be writing anymore. And then after that, I only have one example here, but you'll have a series of resolutions, and those resolutions are going to be how you continue on in the story. So here you have a title to the resolution, which is a test continues, and then you have a blurb that will be the resolution to the inflection point that the previous writer left. So normally in a choose your own adventure book, you get, questions or cliffhangers or, some sort of inflection point in the story where the story could branch off in a bunch of different ways. And that's how this is going to work. You'll write to an inflection point, and then you'll open up the story and people will continue on. And so from there, once you've read your section of the story, you'll go through just like any create your own adventure book, and you'll choose where you want to take the story next from that list. So all you have to do is read what these resolutions are, and then you decide, oh, that's an interesting resolution, I want to go there. And you'll see here that we have another link. These links are sort of like our page turns in the Forever Adventures library. This link is going to take you to the thread that this person created so that you can read their section of the story. So you just click that link, and then bammo, you've moved on to a new thread. And the link at the top will always take you back to the previous. So links at the bottom always take you forward. The link at the top always takes you back. So you can always navigate as far back as you want in the story, choose a totally different link to follow, and then follow a completely different section of story if you want to. Now, it is important to notice that on these links is also an opportunity for us to describe what sort of content is going to be coming in that next section of the story. So I have created and will continue to create more emojis for use on the channel that will describe the next section. So here you have a language emoji that's stating that the next section of the story is going to have maybe some bad language. And we also have here the emoji that says there's a female protagonist in the next section of the story. Now, obviously, for this section of the story, that's not true because it just says, this is me writing all the things, so the story continues. There's nothing there. But it's important to be able to seek out the types of content that you're interested in. So I haven't done a ton of emojis yet, but I will be doing more. Right now we have an emoji for, I believe that's the female protagonist emoji. We have an emoji for gore. We have an emoji for LGBTQ content. We have an emoji for an LGBT protagonist. We have one for language. We have one for a person of color protagonist. We have one for sexual content, which is 18 plus. And there will be more and more and more. But it's important to me that we have the ability to seek out content that is interesting to us or that is related to our own personal preferences because it's important. So anytime you move on to a section, please take an opportunity. If you get a couple of minutes, if you finish your reading session and you've got a minute or two to spare, just click that backwards button, go down to the story that you move forward from, drop a couple of emojis, maybe throw a thumbs up or a thumbs down so that we can get a rating system kind of going. And just let people know what's going to be coming in those future stories. Most of this is all written here. I just wanted to take you through it separately. And I guess the last important thing is that there is a title for each of these sections. And that's going to be up here at the thread's name is going to be the title of that section, but also the title of the section will be posted in that linking message that takes you forward. So as you see, the test continues. It's called the test continues. It is important when you get to the end of a reading session to keep track of the title of the section that you're on, because that's going to help you navigate back. You can always use this search function, type A test continues, and it will bring you up. You can either move directly to where that thread was created, or you can move to the post where a test continues was created, and it'll give you that link, and you can move forward through that link. So very important. Honestly, I think it would be really interesting to save the entire path that you've taken through the Forever Adventure Library by saving each of the titles chronologically. And then you can share those titles. Maybe we'll have a Reddit page or something at some point, or maybe you just get in a conversation with some other people or whatever it is. You can have a list of the titles that you've read, and that will give sort of the roadmap to the book that you're reading to other people. So if you've really enjoyed it, that you can share it and other people can read that same book, quote unquote, that you've read. But ultimately, the object of the project is just to create this ever-expanding universe that we can all share together and build together and learn about together that is going to branch out to infinity. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that everybody enjoys participating. So thank you very much for your time. Like I said, I'm Garzvog. If you have any questions, please get in contact with me, and I would love to help you out. Have a great day.